7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Aspen, why don't you lay down so that they can see your face? Oh, it's too exciting. Let's outside of the window. Alright, so I wanted to make a video about the 10 best things about having an Australian Shepherd. Ah, there she is. She's a model. Yes. Thank you for laying down. It's gonna last for 2 seconds, but hey. Yeah, 10 best things about having an Australian Shepherd. I thought this was a good video to do just because I love my Aussie. A lot of people love Aussies, so here's the 10 best things about having one. So, number 1 I wrote down is smarts. Of course, almost everyone knows that Australian Shepherds are one of the smartest dogs out there. This is awesome because you can teach them tricks, you can do all sorts of stuff with them, you can do agility training with them. They catch onto things really fast. So probably one of the top things about having an Australian Shepherd is their smarts. Second thing I would have to say is enthusiasm. So they are some of the most enthusiastic dogs I've ever seen in my life. When you see an Australian Shepherd working on their tricks, so it kind of ties into them being smart, but when they're working on their tricks, they're so engaged in what they're doing. It's the cutest thing ever because they're just driven, so driven to do what they're doing, and they're so enthusiastic about it. So my little girl, when we're doing some training, she is very vocal about it. She always like yips when we're doing training, when she's doing the weave between my legs or when she's doing the weave between the bars. She's so enthusiastic about it. So I love watching them do that just because it's the cutest thing ever to see an Australian Shepherd like that. The third thing that I would have to say is their smile. And I know that they're not technically smiling. Oh, where did it go? Can you speak? Good girl. But when they're panting or when, I don't know, they're happy dogs. They're always happy, and they always look happy, and it always brings joy to people's lives when they see these dogs and the way that they are, because they're so happy all the time. They're smiling all the time. In my mind, they're smiling all the time. The fourth thing would have to be energy level. Some people would probably say that this is a negative. I would say it's a positive because I'm a very active person. So if you're a very active person and you're looking for a dog, Australian Shepherd all the way. They love to run. They will get you outside of the house. If you don't get them outside of the house, then there's problems. But they're just an awesome breed to go out of the house with and to just get outside into the world.
Yeah.
The thing that I would classify as number 5, I guess, would be their work ethic. So this ties in with the smarts and the enthusiasm, but their work ethic is just out of this world. They are 100% engaged in what they're doing. They are a focused dog, and they get the thing done that they're working on, guaranteed. They're just very, very driven to complete the task that they're up against. Sometimes that can be a negative thing because they can be focused on things that are bad and they're very driven to get that thing done. So it can be a bad thing, but most of the time when you get them focused on a task, they will complete it no matter what. They're driven to complete it. So I would say that it's a positive thing as long as you gear it towards positive things. Number 6 would be their love for life. This kind of ties into this whole smiling thing, but the smiling thing is more of a physical appearance. They always look like they're so happy, and then their attitude is very much a dog that is just in love with life all the time. They are just jumping and barking and having fun all the time outside. And she's eating something right now. Hey, you, what you got? Are you just trying to trick me? Huh? You just want attention? Yeah, she's smacking on something. But yeah, they love life. Please don't go in front of my camera. Hello? You're going in front of my camera. Excuse me. They love life. Alright, let's get back to it without the interruption of dog smacking. Okay, so we just left off with that they love life. Number 7 would be that they have a mind of their own. Now, when I talk about this, I mean that they're not the cookie cutter type of dog. They have a very different personality when it comes to each and every one of them. And I would say I kind of compare them to cats a little bit. Cats are very different in their personalities. She's got her own personality, and I love that about her. I think it ties in a lot with the smarts. When a dog is really smart, then you tend to have a lot more personality with that. I don't know how to really explain it. I don't know if I'm doing a good job of explaining it, but I would say that the personality in Australian Shepherds is just, it's a fun thing to experience.
She likes it. I mean, she's not jumping off, right?
Number 8 would be loyalty. So they're one of the most loyal dogs that I've ever seen. Now, this doesn't mean that they're like, how do I say it? They know where their house is. They love to be a homebody and love to be in their house. They know their territory. They know their person, and they are just so bonded. I think that has to do with the way that they were bred to work with people and livestock, and they just had to have this kind of bond with that person to be able to work really well with them. And so loyalty kind of stems off from that. They're a really loyal breed, and I love that about them. So number 9 would tie in with the personality. They're quirky. They're so quirky, and it's fun to watch. And I think it ties in with the smarts too. A lot of these different aspects tie in together, but the quirky aspect of Australian Shepherds is it's just all of the funny things that you're gonna have to deal with as an Australian Shepherd owner. You know, them escaping from all sorts of different places. So my dog was just taken care of by a friend of mine because I went to Brazil for a couple of weeks. Like the door, the place that she was supposed to sleep in, escaped completely. They're so funny. I mean, as a puppy, we used to keep her in the bathroom because she wasn't potty trained. When we would leave the house for a couple of hours, she would stay in the bathroom because it's tiled. And I remember one time just coming back, and she had learned how to climb onto the toilet, then climb onto the sink, and then try and get out of the door with the door handle from the sink. And she's like a 10-week-old puppy. I mean, just, it's so funny. And just the things that they do are so quirky, and their personality is so quirky. You're gonna fall in love with them. And it's a dog where you're just gonna have so many funny stories to tell in the end, because they do so many things, because they're so smart, but they don't know necessarily what's good for them. And yeah, they're just a fun dog to have. The quirky side of them it's priceless. I wouldn't give it up for anything. So number 10, I would definitely have to say, and it wouldn't be a top 10 for Australian Shepherds without this, would be their beauty. I mean, you just have to include the way that they look in the top 10 aspects of an Australian Shepherd, because they're drop dead gorgeous. I mean, they're the model of dogs. You see them on posters everywhere. They are beautiful. I mean, they come in a whole bunch of different colors. Mine isn't necessarily the standard that a lot of people go for in an Australian Shepherd. I really like the black tri, especially black tri with blue eyes. That's a very rare combination because blue eyes is a recessive and black tri is a dominant trait. But I love Australian Shepherds. The way that they look, it doesn't matter what kind they are, blue merle, red tri, black tri, whatever they look like, they look beautiful.
Oh, Niggy, my sweetie. Look at you.
Sorry about that, my camera died. So those are the 10 best things that I think about when I think about my Australian Shepherd. There's so many more, but the things that come to my mind are those 10 things.